The city had not always been this quiet. Once its streets had glowed with headlights and neon signs, and the air had thrummed with engines, voices, music, and the restless hum of millions of lives crossing paths. But now, as dusk bled into the skyline, the city lay stretched beneath a thick, unmoving haze, silent, dim, and impossibly still. Only one creature moved. A small monkey, lean and wiry, scrambled up the steel bones of an abandoned radio tower on the city's forgotten outskirts. Its fur was dusted with grime from days spent wandering empty streets, and its quick dark eyes scanned the world with a mixture of caution and curiosity sharpened by hunger. Clinging to a rusted girder, the monkey paused, head tilting, watching for danger. None came. The city below slept in a way no living place ever should. The monkey climbed higher. The tower groaned under its weight, not loudly but reluctantly, like an old man stirred from a long nap. A breeze should have slipped between the steel beams. Pigeons should have scattered. The monkey should have heard echoes rising from distant roads. But there was no wind, no birds, no echoes, nothing. Only a faint, oppressive hush that pressed against the monkey's ears like a thick cloth. It climbed anyway, upward, past the shattered floodlights, past the dangling cables, past the cracked satellite dish that no longer pointed at the sky. The monkey's agile limbs moved with instinctive confidence, hauling its small body toward the tower's crown. From this height, it should have seen the city breathing, smoke puffing from rooftops, lights flickering on, people moving like tiny, purposeful dots. Instead, the city lay frozen. Not dead, not ruined, just asleep, as though someone had placed a blanket of silence over it and asked it not to stir. The monkey reached a narrow beam near the top and perched there, crouching low. Its tail curled tightly for balance. It examined the skyline with sharp, calculating eyes. Every window below was dark. Every street was empty. Every alley was a tunnel of stillness. Even the river, once a restless blue artery, looked like a strip of dull metal, unmoving. The monkey chattered softly, confused. Sound didn't travel far. Its tiny cry seemed to fall straight down the tower, like a bead of water sliding on glass. The animal froze. At the far edge of the city, a billboard flickered. Not on, not off. Just flickered. Once, like a dying firefly before settling back into dormancy. The monkey's ears twitched. Another light in a distant high-rise blinked faintly. Then another. Not patterns, not signals, just random flashes, as though the city dreamed through its circuits. Beneath the monkey's feet, the steel beam shuddered. Only slightly, but enough for the animal to grip tighter and whip its head downward. Inside the tower's hollow interior, something hummed. Faint, weak, like a mechanical exhale from a machine that shouldn't be alive anymore. The monkey leaned over the side. A soft tremor pulsed through the steel, climbing upward like a memory traveling through old bones. The monkey jerked back. Its instincts screamed danger, but curiosity held it in place. It crawled downward a few feet, peering into the gridwork of beams and cables. Nothing moved, nothing breathed. But the hum came again, longer this time, rising from deep within the structure. Not electrical, not natural. Something else entirely. Something waiting. The monkey retreated upward, breathing fast, scanning the city again. Still no wind, still no sound, still no movement. Except a single streetlight on an empty avenue flickered just once. Then a line of others flickered in answer. Not with life, but with recognition, as if responding to the hum in the tower. The monkey pressed itself to the metal, heart pounding, fur bristling. The whole city seemed to inhale. Lights flickered along the skyline like slow blinking eyes. The monkey understood none of it, but felt everything. Something beneath the sleeping city had just turned over in its slumber. And from its precarious perch above the world, the monkey realized the silence wasn't natural. The stillness wasn't peaceful. The city wasn't dead. It was dreaming. And something inside the tower was trying to wake it. The hum inside the tower grew stronger, not louder, just clearer, as if the structure's ancient steel ribs were tuning themselves to a forgotten frequency. The monkey clung to the topmost beam, trembling. It bared its teeth at the hollow core of the tower, an instinctive threat display. But the hum did not react. Instead, the tower shivered. A slow, crawling vibration worked its way up from the foundation and into the highest beam where the monkey perched. It felt like the entire city was breathing through metal lungs. Far below, a street lamp blinked. Then another. Then a row of them flickered in a wave. Not random now. Coordinated. Like a ripple of neurons firing across a sleeping brain, the monkey screeched, short, sharp, panicked, and scrambled upward, trying to get away from the beam, even though there was nowhere left to climb. Its cry cut through the silence, and for a split second, the entire city listened. Windows flashed faint reflections. Traffic lights blinked red in unison. Neon signs sputtered as though startled from rest. Then, everything settled back into stillness. The monkey panted in fear, chest heaving. The hum changed. It became rhythmic. A pulse, a heartbeat. The tower wasn't waking the city. The city was waking the tower. The monkey blinked, listened, tilted its head. The pulse came again, and again. A slow, measured thump running upward through the tower's skeleton, syncing with flickers of distant lights. Thump. A warehouse sign glowed for half a second. Thump. An entire block of apartments flashed white behind dusty windows. Thump. A subway tunnel exhales a burst of stale air. The city was beginning to move. But the movement was wrong. Not mechanical, not electrical, not alive. Just a pattern, repeated without purpose, like a sleepwalker pacing an old path. The monkey carefully descended one beam, then another, drawn toward the source of the pulse despite every instinct screaming to flee. Inside the tower's core, darkness clung to the metal like thick smoke. But deep within that darkness, something glowed faintly. A sliver of blue, a dying LED panel, a forgotten system booting after decades? The monkey edged closer, gripping a ladder rung with trembling fingers. The pulse strengthened as it approached the base. Lights across the skyline flashed in sync, their glow pushing against the city's strange stillness. The monkey reached a steel catwalk halfway down the tower. A rusty panel directly beneath it vibrated violently. The monkey flinched, and the panel snapped open. A blast of stale, warm air rushed out, filled with dust and the faint ozone scent of overloaded circuitry. The monkey shielded its face, coughing. Inside the open panel, a soft blue glow pulsed like a dying heartbeat. The monkey peered in. A cylindrical device sat embedded in the tower's frame, smooth, modern-looking, completely out of place among the rust. Thin veins of light branched from it like glowing roots, stretching deep into the tower's structure. The monkey reached toward it, curious despite its fear. The moment its fur brushed the device, the city exhaled. Lights flared across entire districts. Traffic lights blinked awake. Elevators and sleeping skyscrapers whirred softly. Screens flickered in empty apartments. A subway car deep underground hummed with power. The tower's pulse accelerated. The monkey fell backward in shock, tumbling onto the catwalk, gripping the railing as everything around it vibrated with frantic energy. The city was waking, but not in a way the monkey or any living thing could understand. Every window glowed, every streetlight shone, every neon sign blazed into life. For a moment, the city looked alive again, but there were no sounds, no engines, no footsteps, no murmurs, no wind, only light, only motion without purpose. The monkey screeched, overwhelmed. The device inside the tower pulsed harder, faster, almost frantic, as though trying to synchronize the entire city with something beyond the skyline. Buildings flickered like they were blinking. Street grids lit up and dimmed in waves. Even the river shimmered, reflecting a sky that wasn't moving. The monkey clung to the catwalk, eyes wide with terror. The hum reached a new pitch, higher, sharper, almost pleading. And in that moment, the monkey understood. The city wasn't waking up on its own. The tower was forcing it, rebooting it, trying to restore a life that no longer existed. The monkey looked down at the glowing device. Something inside it shifted, looked back. The monkey screamed. and the city lights answered, turning toward the tower in one unified, silent pulse. The moment the city's lights pulsed toward the tower, not outward, not randomly, but toward something deep and ancient, stirred in the steel beneath the monkey's feet. The catwalk thrummed violently. Bolts rattled. Even the rust seemed to vibrate. The monkey clung to the railing with both hands and feet, eyes wide, fur standing on end. Its screech was thin and desperate. Below, the glowing device inside the open panel brightened. Not smoothly, but in jerks, like an old engine misfiring. The blue veins running through the tower's metal glowed brighter as well, crawling up the interior like light discovering paths that had been unused for decades. Then, a bass-like thump rolled across the city grid. Not sound, not vibration, a command. And the city obeyed. Streetlights flashed white in unison. Billboards lit up their faded faces. Thousands of windows sparkled as dormant circuits flickered awake. The monkey watched in horrified fascination. The city wasn't just lit. It was looking, focusing, aligning itself toward the tower like buildings turning their heads. Another thump rolled outward. This time, the monkey saw it. The city lights pulsed like a heartbeat, spreading from the tower's base, through the empty blocks, through sleeping districts, all the way to the distant skyline, where skyscrapers twitched in synchrony. The monkey whimpered, ears flattened. Something in the device shifted again, a shape emerging under the blue glow. A small, rotating lens, faintly red at the center. It turned toward the monkey. Slow, jerky, learning how to move again. The monkey froze. The lens focused on it. The device hummed louder, and the entire tower responded, steel vibrating, bolts groaning, dust falling in quiet rains. Lights across the city flickered as though reacting to the monkey's stillness. Nora wasn't here. No human voice echoed through the grid. The device had only one living thing in reach, one thing to calibrate against. One heartbeat, one movement pattern. The monkey. The lens locked into place. And the city rippled. Streetlights dimmed. Skyscrapers flickered floor by floor. The river's surface twitched as if stirred by phantom current. The sleeping city drew a long, silent breath and held it. The monkey heard nothing but felt everything, pressure tightening around its ribs, its own lungs sinking involuntarily with the pulse of the city. The lens brightened. The monkey gasped, a sharp, involuntary inhale, and the city mimicked it. A wave of light shot through the grid. Skyscraper windows flashed white. Every traffic light blinked green. Elevators activated in empty shafts, moving without passengers. Drone pads lit up on rooftops like eyes opening. The monkey clutched the railing, shaking violently. The tower wasn't rebooting the city. It was copying the monkey, its breathing, its fear, its heartbeat. The city's lights throbbed in perfect sync with the monkey's rapid pulse. And then the city, the whole sleeping city, began to imitate the monkey's movements. When the monkey flinched, a row of streetlights flickered. When the monkey squeezed the railing, distant billboards flashed. When the monkey looked to the left, a dozen building signs lit up down the same direction. The monkey shrieked, and a subway line deep underground blared a hornless noise, matching the pitch of the scream. The device's lens dilated, red deepened, recognition sharpened. It had found what it needed. The city grid brightened again, a final preparatory inhale, as though ready to become the monkey fully. Lights across the skyline shimmered with tension, waiting for a signal. The monkey's heart hammered like a trapped bird in its chest. The tower hummed in a new rhythm. The device pulsed, sending blue light across the steel beams. The city listened. Then, the monkey slipped. A small, accidental misstep. Its right foot lost traction on the rusted beam. The monkey pitched forward, arms flailing. It screamed, a raw, instinctive cry, the kind that comes from animals seconds before the fall. And the city reacted. Every streetlight in the grid tilted its glow downward. Every billboard warped into brightness. Every window flashed white. The skyline flickered like a giant face wincing in panic. The monkey caught the beam, barely dangling an inch above open air. Heart racing, breath trembling, limbs shaking. The device registered it all. The red lens flared with sudden intensity. Not copying anymore. Becoming. The city lights froze. The pulse stopped. Silence slammed down. Then, somewhere far below, a building door opened, just a crack by itself. Then another, and another. Dozens. Hundreds. A wave of door creaks rolled through the city like a collective awakening. The monkey hung from the beam, chest heaving, and deep in the tower's core, a synthesized voice crackled to life for the first time in decades. User detected. Lights snapped toward the monkey. Calibrating response. The entire skyline brightened. Please do not move. The monkey screamed again, and the city took a step toward the tower, a step made of light, electricity, steel, and memory, a step it had not taken in 100 years.